Hello students, today in this video I am going to teach Standard 4 SST Chapter 4 Responsibilities of a Good Citizen. Now you can see in my hand this is my mobile, this is my book, this is my pen and this is my pencil. Now this all belongs to me and I am the owner of all these things. That means this is my private property. Likewise, if I ask you about your books, your pen, pencils, bag, bottles, tiffin box, so you will say that it belongs to you. So you are the owner. Is those things belongs to you and you are the owner. So it is your private property. But some of the properties are such that everybody uses. The owner is not one. Everybody is the owner. Everybody is the owner in general sense. Okay, such types of things are established by the government, like the railways, roads, hospitals, schools, colleges. So it is called public property, and it's our duty to preserve and protect this property. Now there are two types of public property. First is of national heritage. That includes the monuments like Taj Mahal, Qutub Minar, India Gate, Red Fort, that carries national interest. Every year, thousands of people from the world, from different parts of the world, come to visit these places to see these monuments of historical importance. And second type of public property is the property that we use in our day-to-day life, without which our life will be very difficult. For example, schools, colleges, roads, hospitals, these are such property that without using that, if we don't use, it will be difficult for us in our day-to-day life. Now next is why it is important for us to protect this public property. It's very important for us to preserve or to protect these public property, because it is, if we don't protect, ultimately we will be the sufferers, because we use them in our day-to-day life. But some of the misguided people, because of the political reasons or political issues, they create a lot of ruckus. They vandalize these public property, they set fire, they damage police station or the what you call government buildings. Okay, buses, sometimes they target schools and colleges also and damage these property. So ultimately we are the sufferers. We should see that there should such people should be covered by the police, or strict actions should be taken against such people, those who damage these properties, because it is government has established these properties for our benefit, for our welfare. So it's our duty and responsibilities to protect these properties. Now, caring of school property. Another type of properties are school properties. As you children must be going of different schools, you have a school, so that property belongs to you, everybody, because there is no only one student doesn't goes to school. There are so many students goes to different schools. So it's our duty to protect our school property. For example, we should not damage school desks and benches. We should not scribble on the wall or on the desks or benches. We should not damage. There is a bulletin boards, smart boards are there, which is very costly. Okay, and I think it's installed in all the schools. So we should protect this. We have also in our school, we have libraries, we have laboratories, physics, chemistries, different, and they are costly apparatus used in these laboratories. So it's our duty to protect this. So because we learn, we get knowledge, we get education, so it's our duty to protect it. We should not break the desks and benches, because we sit there daily. You are the user, you daily sit there, so you have to see that nobody should damage it. As your own private property, you should look after these properties. Then in the school we have school gardens, so you should see that nobody plucks flower or leaves or break branches from the trees, because it is for the beautification of the school. So always we should, as an individual, as the students, we should take care of these properties, because we uses the service, we only avail these services. Next is caring for the monument. Now monument is also of national heritage, national importance, historical importance. It is of historical importance. It is our duty to preserve this, to protect this. Lots of revenue the government earn every year because of these monuments. Okay, so we should see that when we also go and visit these places, we should see that we should not steal anything, any idols from this, because we have so many old temples, mosques, churches built by our forefathers. So we should see that nobody should damage or do harm to these monuments. It carries national importance as well as it provides knowledge. It enlightens our knowledge. So for that point of view also we should see that it's our duty to protect these monuments. Now there are some other public properties like library. Library is also some of the, in all towns and villages you will find, in cities also you will find some public libraries. They are of great importance because they provide knowledge. There are lots of good numbers of books in the library. Periodicals or magazines are there. People take the membership to go through daily these books to enlighten their knowledge. You should see that if you are availing this facility of these public libraries, so we should see that we should not damage, or we should not return these books on due date. We should not damage it. We should keep it safely, handle it safely. Then next is your museums. Museums are also great importance because it also provides a resource of providing knowledge about our past, our glorious past. Okay, it preserves lots of artifacts, then remains of the past. Okay, other informations also like coins, statues of past we can see in the museum. Lots of information we gain. So it's our duty to preserve these artifacts. Okay, we should not destroy it, because the government spend lots of money in preserving this. There are various departments for various for various segments, for railways, roads, or for museums, for monuments. Various departments are made by the government to look after different affairs. Now, measures taken by the government. Government has taken various measures in different aspects, in different respects. For example, the PWD department. One department is there, PWD, that is Public Works Department, that look after the destruction of roads, government buildings, bridges. So any damage done to this, they look after the maintenance of all these things. Then there is another workshops for roads and for buses and trains to look after this. Any damage done to this, government spend the money that we give in a form of tax. So government uses this money to in the repairs of all these things, public buses and on different on trains, on what we call it, to run more and more trains in different areas where there is no such train running. So government uses this money for spreading the network of railways also. Now next is this archaeological department. Archaeological department also works for the maintenance of monuments and historical buildings. It spends money, government spend money through these archaeological department for the welfare, for the safety of these monuments. Now next is participation in election. Now the former USA President Abraham Lincoln said about democracy that is a government to the people, for the people and by the people. Mean to say that it's a government that we have in a democracy. Everybody has a right to elect government of his or her choice, to elect representative of his or her choice to form a government. So after attaining the age of 18 years, one person, individual attaining the age of 18 years, individual has a right, lawful right to cast his or her vote and elect representative of his or her choice to form a government. Okay, and the government and the representative that one should elect should see that the person should be well qualified. Okay, so that when they form the government, they could do various work for the development of the country, should take necessary steps for the progress of the country. Okay, now these days election has become more easier compared to earlier days in our past where ballot papers were used. These days modern technique has come to conduct election through EVM machines, like electronic voting machines are used these days to make voting more transparent and easier for people. Okay, so that's all we have in this chapter.